I'm going to start us off. I was doing some research, and I have some really interesting statistics which surprised even me. Did you know that 49% of singles who fell in love with someone they did not initially find attractive fell in love after becoming best friends? Has anyone here ever had that experience? Well, a friend and I were speaking about it, and what we decided was there has to be a little spark of attraction. And if there's a little spark of attraction, I can tell you from my own personal experience that that does grow and can grow into something wonderful. So I think we want to put a little caveat on that. But I've heard, actually, there's a little story that I know. One of my coaching colleagues met her husband on Match.com, and she and he never exchanged pictures nor saw each other for 3 months. And what she told me was, if they had, they would never have wound up together, and they're very happily married. So it's an interesting, I've always wanted to try it, but to be honest, I don't have the guts. I have to, you know, men are visual, and so are women. And I have to actually see the picture. I want to see the sparkling eyes. I want to see the big smile. So let me just start off with a question for you. What is it that attracts you to somebody? Anybody want to, we won't call on anybody, so anyone want to volunteer? A sense of humor, great, okay. Who else? What else is attractive? Intelligence. You know what, I hear that a lot. Yes? Values, okay, I'm going to try, if we get a long question, I'm going to bring over the microphone, but values is important too, and in fact, the best matches are made when values and life vision is matched up, and that's what's really, really fun. But you have to know what your values are first, and then try to get that conversation going with somebody else to find out if they're just telling you something that they think you want to hear, or they really think so. So that was a pretty interesting statistic. 49% is a lot. 15 minutes. The amount of time it takes for a man to determine whether or not he wants to see a woman again. How long do you think it takes a woman to figure out if she wants to see a man again? 5. You guys are going to be really surprised. An hour, 60 minutes. We take longer because we're more thoughtful and give it more consideration. We don't just jump right at that look in the first 30 seconds. And Casey and I felt like it was probably quicker than 15 minutes, like the guy sized us up in about the first, 30 or 60 seconds, and then we knew whether it was over or not. 44% of the adult American population is single, over 100 million people in America. Who says it is hard to find a match? With 100 million people, Tish?
Are some of them people that have never even been married?
Absolutely. There are actually a lot of people, men and women, that have never been married. Some of them are my clients. And I guess the first question I have for all of you as well is, do you hold that against a guy if he hasn't ever been married before?
I would find it a little strange.
Why?
Just because they're probably already set in their ways. I mean, they could look at me the same way, but I think I'm a little more flexible. I just worry.
Of course you are. Yeah. I've got an answer back here.
I dated a guy that was married for 10 years and it didn't go good.
So you dated a guy that was married for 10 years, so he was married. That's what I mean, but he had been married, because we were actually talking about those never married people. And so, yeah, absolutely. A lot of the divorce statistics are from people that have been married and married numerous times, because the first marriage divorce statistic is 55% of them end in divorce. Second marriages, 67%. Third marriages, 73%. People are always surprised to hear that, because people think that if you keep doing something, you get better. But here's the deal, guys. If you don't stop and figure out what was missing for you or what went wrong, am I right? You're just going to be attracted to the same person. It looks different in a different body, right? But it's the same person because we always go back to what's comfortable for us. Sadly, that's why abused women, for example, find abusers again. They're not looking for them, but there's a comfort level there.